In today's video, I'm going to be discussing some of the most frequently asked questions that I receive in the comments section on my videos regarding the $1,200 stimulus check for those of you receiving Social Security disability, retirement, survivors, and those of you receiving SSI, supplemental security income payments. Hey everyone, this is Matt. Welcome back to another Blind to Billionaire video. Today is Monday, May 18th, and I want to answer some of these questions because I have a ton of people leaving comments on all of my latest videos asking basically the same questions. So I want to address some of those exact questions and kind of work through some of them with you and see if we can come up with some reasonable answers that make sense in most situations. So if you're new here or if you're watching this, I'd love it if you subscribe, and I really appreciate it. So thank you in advance. So let's get right into it. Question number one that I see a lot in the comment section is the Get My Payment tool on the IRS website is not working. It's telling me that I am ineligible, or maybe it is saying that it is unable to calculate my eligibility for the stimulus payment. Now, however it's worded, it's something like that. It seems like it's a little bit, possibly a little bit different. There's different verbiage on that, but let's just discuss that. What does that actually mean? Now, we've talked about this in other videos, but I just want to say, if you're getting that message on the IRS Get My Payment tool, just recognize they are still working on, it seems so weird, but they're still working on determining the eligibility for a lot of different people. So if you're getting that message, rather than getting discouraged by it, just continue checking back. And I just want to say one more thing. You only can check, or I should say, you should only check that website just once daily. The reason for that is it's only updated once per day. So if you get the same message in the morning, you're going to get that same message that same night. So only check once per day. But just recognize, if you're getting that message, it doesn't mean that you're not eligible to receive the payment, but rather they're still trying to determine your eligibility. But let's be honest, if you're someone who receives Social Security of any kind, disability, retirement, survivors, any of those, it doesn't really matter. I mean, in most situations, most of you will be eligible anyway, but for some reason, I don't know why, but it's just taking possibly a little bit longer for them to upload your personal information into the portal and get it going. Now, there have been a lot of problems with the website as far as like updating information with a lot of people. So I would just say, just remain patient with it. But the best thing to do, continue checking your bank accounts, your direct express cards, and your mailbox just in case you receive a paper check. Now, you might think I get a direct deposit into my direct express card or my bank account. That's how you should be getting your payment. Correct. In most situations, that's how you should. But I have heard in some instances, people who typically get a direct deposit are actually receiving paper checks in the mail. So just continue checking your mailbox. That's what we can recommend at this time. Question number two. The IRS Get My Payment tool says I was supposed to receive my payment back on April 29th or May 13th. Now, I'm saying those two dates because those are the most frequent dates that I'm seeing reported down in the comments section of people saying, hey, the Get My Payment tool on the IRS website said I was supposed to receive my payment way back on April 29th. We're approaching 3 weeks out from that, and I still don't have my payment. Where is it? And the same thing goes with May 13th. It seems that a few people have been mentioning May 13th as a date also that was mentioned on the Get My Payment tool. Again, no payment has arrived, and here it is, Monday, May 18th, and still no payment. What the heck? So again, we don't have exact answers on this because the IRS, Social Security, and the Treasury, none of them have given us guidance. There has not been any transparency or answers regarding these questions. So I'm just going to kind of work through this a little bit with you and see if we can come up with reasons that could possibly be why you haven't received your payment yet. So reason one could be, like I just said in my last little segment, question number one being, typically you receive a direct deposit, but for some reason they have issued you a paper check. So that could be the first reason why. They issued you a paper check when you should have received a direct deposit, and that paper check is still in transit with the USPS, so the post office. Maybe it's still on its way. It's pushing 3 weeks now, so I feel like it's kind of a stretch. Like, why is it taking so long if that's the case? But let's give them the benefit of the doubt and think maybe it's still in transit with USPS. Another idea could be, Consider, do you have any outstanding debts or debt collectors of any kind, like outstanding bills that people have been trying to collect on for a while with you? Now, again, I'm just working through this, not saying that's your situation, but just kind of working through this with you, trying to possibly come up with any reasonable answers for why you haven't received your payment. Now, again, they did talk a while ago about restricting the ability for debt collectors to be able to take the stimulus payment, but I don't know if that ever passed where they would be restricted to take that. Also, do you owe back child support? If so, they may seize your stimulus payment and it might go to pay that. So if you're one of these people who maybe has like outstanding debts where a debt collector could have stepped right in and snatched your stimulus payment, that could be an option. If you have outstanding child support, that could be another option, that they took that and it went to actually your child support rather than you. So these are just some ideas of what could be happening. Again, like I just said, it could still be in the mail on its way. Again, I don't know, since it's out, it's kind of pushing the dates, but I don't know, just some ideas. Again, if we find any transparency or answers from any of the government entities, of course, we will give you that information when we get it. All right, question number 3. I receive SSDI. When am I going to get my payment? Now, when I say SSDI, I'm saying that because it seems that the majority of the people commenting on these videos are saying, I'm on SSDI, when am I going to get my payment? But I know that also encompasses all of you receiving retirement and survivor's benefits, as well as VA and, all of it, everybody, SSI, everything like that. So again, we don't have exact transparency from any of the government entities because we just don't have transparency. It's unfortunate, but let's, again, like we did in the last question, let's kind of brainstorm some ideas and kind of figure out, well, maybe all of us can kind of work together through the comments section and get some ideas of when these payments could be arriving. Now, for anybody receiving Social Security, your payments typically arrive on the Wednesday nearest your birthday. So for example, today is Monday the 18th, Thursday is the 21st of May. So let's just say your birthday is May 21st. Well, with your birthday being May 21st, that would mean that typically your payment would be on, say, like the third Wednesday of the month. Well, this coming Wednesday is May 20th, the third Wednesday of May. So you could possibly think that your payment might arrive on the same day as your Social Security payment. Again, I don't have any ideas. I don't know for sure, but I'm just trying to work with you guys, trying to figure out, because none of us have answers. We don't have answers. I'm just trying to work through this with you, coming up with some reasonable ideas for like, okay, when will the payment arrive? So I'm thinking possibly it will come in conjunction with your Social Security payment. I'm not really sure, but if you're one of those people who is going to be receiving your Social Security payment this coming Wednesday, maybe, continue checking your account. Hopefully it'll arrive that day. But again, I'm just kind of trying to work through some ideas with you. We don't have answers, unfortunately, from any of the Social Security, the IRS, anybody like that on when these groups of people are going to get their payments, which is really unfortunate because I don't know, I feel like I say this in all my videos, but these payments should have been distributed like 3 weeks ago at the latest. So the fact that they're still outstanding out there in the world, floating around and who knows where, still seems to be a little bit ridiculous and sad to me because so many people depend on these payments so much. I'm not laughing at anybody in particular, but I'm just laughing because the whole process has been absolutely ridiculous, to say the least. Now, I want to hit on another question. A lot of people have been commenting also, what about payees? I have a payee, I am a payee, what's going on? So a few days ago, we created a video and announced that the IRS had on their website, anyone who has a payee, they would be receiving their payments by no later than May 27th. Now, I just want to say that date, shortly after we produced that video and uploaded it here on YouTube, that date was taken down. They just deleted it right off the site like it never even existed. So I thought that was a little bit ironic. But anyway, to answer your question, if you have a payee, a representative payee, or if you are one, if the beneficiary is eligible to receive a stimulus payment, then the representative payee would be receiving the stimulus payment on the behalf of the beneficiary. So the exact same way that your representative payee receives your monthly benefits, whether it's SSI or Social Security, they would also be receiving your stimulus payment in that same method. Now, I just want to point one more thing out. I'm not saying anybody's doing this, but it's just something to consider. I hesitate to even say this because I'm sure people are just going to freak out in the comments section and yell at me about this, but it's just something to consider. Okay, if you have a representative payee, so you're the beneficiary, my thought would be, again, I'm still hesitating to say this. What if that person actually received your payment, but maybe they're not telling you that they actually received it? It could happen. I'm just saying. I hope that you trust your representative payee, and I think in most cases, the representative payee is possibly like a parent, a guardian, someone of that kind. But I'm guessing in some situations, it's maybe like an extended family member or someone else. And I'm just saying, maybe that person received it, but they're not telling you that they actually have it. For many reasons. I mean, there could be a variety of reasons. Maybe they stuffed it away into savings for you. Maybe they're helping you out with your rent or your food or something, your utilities. Maybe they took it and paid some bills for you. I don't know, but I'm just saying, maybe in some instances they have actually already received it, but yet they are not disclosing that to you quite yet. Again, please give me a break on this. Don't freak out on me. I'm just throwing out some ideas, trying to help everybody navigate this confusing time and give you some ideas on possibly where the F is my payment. So I get it. It's frustrating. I'm trying to help you guys navigate this confusing time. I have your back, like I've been saying all this time. We're doing as much research as we can constantly, and we're scouring the websites, the government websites all the time, looking for new information that we can help deliver to you in a timely manner so that all of you have answers. So if we don't have the answers, it's not because they're not posted. I mean, it's not because we're lazy and we haven't looked it up. It's because we simply don't have answers. But anyway, I hope this video is somewhat helpful to you. Again, we will do our best to find those answers as quickly as possible and deliver them to you right away. So anyway, if you have any questions, actually what I would say is work with each other down in the comments section. If your birthday is on May 21st and you typically get your Social Security payment on the 20th, the third Wednesday of the month, maybe you can check your account, and if you get it on Wednesday, say, hey, guess what? My birthday falls in this range. Maybe not tell everybody your birth date, but maybe tell everybody like, hey, my birthday falls within this range and I received not only my monthly benefit, but my stimulus payment on the same day. So hopefully we can kind of work together with each other through the comments section and come up with some reasonable ideas for when and why and where the payments will go and when they'll arrive. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, please leave any comments or questions below. And one last thing, if I haven't been looking at the camera this whole time, it's because I'm blind and I can't even see it. So I'm trying to do my best looking at the camera. Anyway, thanks everybody. Have a great day.